So I'm joined here by Gethin Liddington and Pete Judge, and we're actually on stage, live from the Keith Tippett celebration.
Are you in the Musicians Union?
We're on stage, look everybody, we're on stage, about to go live with the Celebration Big Band. So Gethin, you were telling me before you had an interesting story to tell me. Come on, spill.
I've got lots of interesting stories, but this is just a little nice one that makes me think of Keith, and it tickled me because he used to come and take us in. This is when I was in the Welsh College Big Band, when Keith first started working there. It was my last year in college, and on about his second or third rehearsal, he turns up there one day very flustered, red in the face. He'd rushed from the train station because there'd been a couple of problems with his trains on the way over, so he was a bit late, and he hated anything like that. So he was quite annoyed and started the rehearsal. He was in a bit of a bad mood, which he didn't take out on us or anything. It was fine. And as the rehearsal wore on, we became aware that when he came in, he put a brown paper bag on the music stand. And we were all thinking, so what's in the bag? So he gets to a point that he decides we can have a break, and then he sort of opens the bag, puts his hand in and pulls out a can of Carlsberg, which he then opens, and he looks up, holds it up to the band and says, "Traveller's fare," and takes a big swig, which was lovely. So that's one of my favourites.
I'm loving all these stories. Well, Pete's wandered off. I'm hoping he'll come back in a second. Oh, here he is. That's okay. So this is Pete Judge from Get the Blessing. Hello.
Hello.
So you were in Seedbed Orchestra.
I was, yeah.
Yes, and tonight you're in the Celebration Orchestra.
Yeah, and we are playing some of the same tunes.
That's lucky. That's lucky.
Which has taken me back a long time.
So just tell us a Keith memory or a favourite piece or...
Favourite piece. Well, actually, a couple of the pieces that we're doing in our set, there's one called A Song and one called Mayday, and he just had this amazing knack for writing a melody, a seemingly simple melody, and stretching it out, changing the instrumental combinations, kind of not doing very much, allowing a bit of freedom around it, and the end result is almost unbearably moving at times. I never quite knew how he did it, but I think he taught me a lot about how music is about far more than technique, that it's much more of it is about soul and spirit and what you're trying to say. And I met a lot of people through Seedbed Orchestra, a lot of musicians, and Gethin I met through people that I met through Seedbed, and we ended up working with Gethin. So I can certainly trace a lineage from working with Keith back in Seedbed Orchestra to playing in Get the Blessing and being here tonight.
That's amazing. You just reminded me, actually, there's a little additional track at the end of Lenukia, his piano quintet, and it's called Let the Music Speak. And in a way, you're saying that kind of Keith did that, didn't he?
Definitely.
He let the music speak and evolve itself, and yeah, that's it's a beautiful record as well. Well, thank you very much, guys, and we'll look forward to seeing the Celebration Big Band.
Thank you.